rural, but they are not getting the same kind of healthcare what people probably in India in urban is getting there. One key aspect is there that Indian population is still young, and these are indicators for us to know how and what we need to do going forward as a country. The majority of our population, I think two-thirds of our population is less than 35 years, which currently tells that, in about 2 decades, our hospitals would be too stressed to manage or provide healthcare to these people who are catching up on the age, and there's a lot to do on us. Probably, there would be some certain segments which will come out uh, based on this information, and we have a lot to do, especially for rural. How we can ensure doctors, staff, providers, the product people, the consumer people, all are able to cater to the needs of rural, not necessarily every time they have to travel to the urban sector. So this gives us certain indicators that what we need to do different. Now, we have also seen our Indian healthcare system ecosystem is maturing. Now, there are various segments which are helping towards that. So, if we talk about healthcare providers first, healthcare providers have started reaching to rural India through telemedicine, through connected health. And when we talk about connected health, it is not necessary that everything is online, but they are providing those opportunities to that segment of country where we are able to reach to the patient, and patient is able to reach to the to the caregiver as easily as possible. Medical devices also are talking about increasing productivity, whether adding feature into the same product or ensuring that we design and develop those products which are able to give a lot of output as our population requires it. And as the propensity to pay is increasing from the customers, there is a continuous increase in ensuring that we are able to diagnose fast. Now, when we are able to diagnose fast, it could be blood test, it could be X-rays, it could be ultrasounds, it could be any such product which is requiring this. Give me 1 second. I think yeah, then yes. Okay. Is it clear now? Okay. So I was told that my screen was not around. So is it visible now? Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, it is.
Perfect. Sorry about the initial hiccups again. Yeah. So I was talking about healthcare providers. So we have a lot to catch up on that side. Now, if we talk about manufacturers of the product, they are in continuous process of ensuring that the cost of the products comes down so that it can reach the masses. Right now, we are in that state of healthcare in India where we have to provide healthcare to all. And when we have to provide healthcare to all, probably we can, miss on some of the high-end features, but first ensure that, we are able to solve the patient issues which are there at large. So continuously ensuring that the prices are coming down. We are also ensuring that the affordability, because of the frugal innovation, if something was being done in a particular way, how can we do it differently and do it better and do it smarter? So I think those are the things which manufacturers are talking about. And there is a lot of customization. Not necessarily that a product is coming from USA is also being used as is in India for Indian market. There is different ethnicities, there are different groups, and we need to see that how these things are taken care. If I take an example like an ECG, if you talk about interpretation of an ECG, that may be a little different for a US citizen uh, because of various body parameters to a little different than how it is for India. So those kind of customizations are required. Insurance sector is giving boost both in the private and the government. And recently, our Pradhan Mantri has launched a couple of years back Jan Arogya Yojana, which is going to take everyone by storm, because that's so much of things required to fulfill that scheme, and it is in right direction. So there is opportunity there. And with this insurance, I think there is possibility to enable healthcare better. We talked about uh, we talked about population which is aging, and we have something to catch up on that. There is also strong requirement on disease profiles in India. Probably cardiac, cancer, lifestyle diseases, they are on high, and they are providing huge burden on us, and we need to do something to see. And this, during this COVID-19 times, we clearly saw that respiratory distress is one of the area where we all have to work to see that any such case, when it comes in future, any other virus, we are ready and we are prepared to fight it very strong. So this is something helping us to have improved accessibility and affordability on the healthcare side of it, right? Now in Indian industry, which is strongly growing, uh, last 2 decades to 10 to 15% on a growth, ranging from about $2 billion to about $8 billion industry right now. This is putting all together every sector, whether segment, whether it is patient aids, whether it is instruments, whether it's some diagnostic products, whether it's consumable and implants, everyone is growing very strong. Some may be doing better, like patient aids. Why is it doing so? Because there is a possibility that customers are ready to pay for for a quick healing. Home health segment is picking up under this, and this looks a shade better than other segments, but this doesn't mean that other segments are anywhere lagging behind. They're strongly positioned, be it on the product side, be on the consumable side. We are seeing overall system is maturing, innovation is part of it, and this is increasing. Now there is a huge market beyond India as well. When we talk about that market, this turns into trillions. So if someone is able to understand what's required to fulfill in India, and with additional features and regulatory requirements, our products can go across the world. And it has already started going, especially in last 5-7 years we have seen a big boost coming up for exports, and our industries are now capable of it. We have heard eminent speaker initially, and he's talking about that defense. This is the first year we have where we have exported, and I think this is for health. This is true for healthcare also. Many companies have started exporting. Some maybe a decade back, but the real push has started coming in last 4 to 5 years, and which is a very positive thing. So this gives us an overview which direction we are moving towards. Now, industry in India has some challenges. Now, we want to see that we have to have made in India products. Now, made in India products comes either through designed in India, which probably many of the Indian companies like BPL are trying to do that. And then there are certain companies which are just bringing the technology from outside, and they are just focusing on made in India. Both the things are okay as of now, but for long term we need to see that the products are designed in India and products are made in India, and not only for India, for the world. Now we have three key things which we feel there could be many things which can be addressed, which can be macro environment, which we initially touched upon. There are medical device ecosystem. There is a device industry. Now, when we talk about macro environment, the ease of business is improving, but still very far from doing that. There are a lot of licensing regimes, bureaucratic approaches. The guidelines for the products are getting better, but still not there. Regulatory, there has been some new requirements which are put in, which is very welcome, but the labs are not ready for it, especially the Indian labs, which are the NABL accredited, and a lot has been happening around. uh, and one major thing is that Indian products needs preference over some of the cheap products coming from some of the companies outside India. And if Indian products are getting preference, then the industry will grow at large. And somewhere, I think government is very focused on that. We have seen effort there. This has to convert into the results. Labor laws have to reform around the factories, and the cost of financing, especially for healthcare, should come down. And there are many other similar environment which we should focus on. On the medical device,